Hello there and welcome to another SOS reading. I hope you're doing well out there. Now let's find out what Spirit wants you to be aware of, starting with the most important to the very least, okay? And it is a general reading, but it is someone's oracle messages, so either it's going to resonate for the most part or it won't. Okay. Now, this is a general reading, so put the love part wherever it fits in your life, because love happens in many forms. But the idea right now is to trust that you are coming into divine connections, that you can trust and love. And not only that, but I am getting this thing where it matches your worth. Okay, because the reason why I'm saying that is what you are currently realizing, or you're leaving behind, or you have left behind, is a situation where their love is cheap, too cheap for you. So go ahead and get reorganized or do things to simplify your life. It is the best thing to do, especially when you're feeling overwhelmed or you just need a little change. You know, reorganizing, redecorating, letting go of unnecessary responsibilities, duties, or even objects is an ideal time. And maybe you've already been doing this because you're trying to, without even knowing it, bring more balance and harmony into your life, because you're preparing for a beautiful connection that you can trust and love. And also to see grow here. If you've had a situation where maybe you saw something become or can potentially become too superficial, then you're right. Because someone will love your mind and your spirit more than your body. Now, if you don't resonate with that body part, just listen to me, because again, divine connections come in all forms: familial, platonic, romance, right? So if it's not your, what you think, the body part, like, the whole superficiality, materialistic needs and wants that people need from you, right? So it's like someone will love you more than what you can provide them or what you look like. Let's continue and see what else Spirit wants you to know. So you're basically, or what you have done or going through is wading through people to get to the right people, because you have changed, and Spirit is so proud of you for honoring the things that you have realized, because you're sticking to some type of truth. A destiny or a new destiny is being paved out for you at this time. So you may need to have patience, but don't go back to anything that feels, like a cycle or a pattern that you just really have outgrown. And I'm also hearing something about outshining others in some way, shape, or form. So take that how it resonates. But this is a point that history is made and destiny is born. A new destiny is born. That's you. Oh my goodness. So we've got some powerful things happening here. So let's continue and see what else Spirit wants you to know. Reduce emotional thinking at this time. These cards are really old, but I am in the process of getting new ones made. So I don't want to put that up to the camera too close. But yes, do what you got to do right now to remain detached, okay? Don't give all of your emotions to a situation or a person, right? So you've got to do something here where you have to be in tuned and aware whether or not we are thinking about something that is getting us emotionally charged or drained or whatever, right? And so keep the peace here, right? Do something here where you can remain detached, okay, as much as possible. And you'll know when it's the right and healthy way to be detached from something or someone, because you'll feel a negative vibe with it, And so that's that whole thing where you're in between this point of destiny here. Yeah, you could return if you want, but why would you want to? Why would you want to? You've come so far. The universe is going to deliver something here to you because you have made it to this point where we are breaking new barriers. Or I should say you. I feel like I'm walking along with you. That's why I say we. And that really is true, I feel. Okay, let's continue and see what else Spirit wants you to know. Whatever you got going on here when it comes to an important fulfillment, you're going to get what you want. You'll have the love life you've always wanted, or perhaps the family life you've always wanted, the people that you've always wanted, or a specific person. Don't question your worth. Their love is cheap. You're figuring this out, or you have found out. What else? Spirit is really encouraging you to keep doing you. Accept compliments too. So there may be gifts, compliments, things about flowers, receiving a bouquet of flowers, or perhaps growing and making your own. I'm kind of doing that myself right now, actually. I'm kind of. I'm getting ready for next season. So like this season, I'm just figuring out different like seeds that I want to plant. Anyhow, compliments from an admirer. I'm getting this thing where, I was getting that, remember I said something about outshining, because I'm just seeing that you are becoming more brilliant. And I mean that with your energy. So without even having to say anything or really do anything, your energy brings a presence to it. There's something that has magnetism about it, because you're doing something here where you're realizing more about your true self and what you're becoming. Yes, you know who you are right now, but don't try to figure yourself out too in depth, right? Because you want to stay open to new ideas, new ways, new love. So accept compliments from an admirer or people. What else? Because they're noticing something about you. You got that psychic ability. See, I feel that you're already picking up on this. Their love is cheap, or, maybe it's family members or friends, or, for some of you, yeah, you dealt with a heartbreak here when it came to the romance department. But you knew this. Something was off. Trust your intuition. And you can trust your intuition more as you simplify and not take yourself so seriously, or others, okay? Yes, you may have some aha moments. Just let it be. And don't try to force your intuition to give you answers. Just allow yourself to, be in the present moment and just see what pops up. Because that's how your intuition works. It works, when you're not demanding it, but you're kind of being fluid with it here by not resisting. Ooh, look at this. You're better off breaking free from others. So how does this fit in your situation here? Ones that you may see or feel those invisible chains, right? Because there may be something here where we're figuring out codependency issues too. Not saying that you have that, but I'm sure that you've dealt with that in your life though, but maybe you are also noticing it in others, right? So I feel that Spirit wants you to embrace how rare and unique you truly are. You are a sacred soul, viewer. And so it's not always easy to carry that energy around. It takes a lot of resilience. It takes a lot of faith and perseverance and, strength, if I didn't say that. But it also takes a sense of responsibility and duties here, to not ignore the warning signs, especially when you feel maybe bombarded by other people's ideas, opinions, or just maybe, you know, maybe we just need to look the other way. Maybe it's not just about, or I should say, it's not like literally breaking free physically, but maybe just breaking our attention from them. Let's continue and see what else. Remain composed and tolerant until better options arrive. You know, I get this thing where you might want to keep some things to yourself too that you're noticing or picking up. You know, allow your dreams or visions or intuition to come to fruition by not maybe poking, prodding, questioning it, giving yourself too much self-doubt, but allowing the universe to deliver to you evidence of what you already know that's coming here. So yes, this may mean, you know, that we have to remain poised and calm. Look at that. Reduce emotional thinking at this time, or be aware of things or people or ideas that get you riled up, because that's a negative force that's trying to throw you off of your destiny, or a destiny that's being born for you. Look at this, fate and fortune. We're just talking about your destiny here. Remain composed and tolerant until better options arrive, because fate and fortune favor you in more ways than one. We don't want to compromise this. I wouldn't. Let's continue and see what else. Oh my gosh, he even got the dolphin. Okay, we really got some karma and fate playing out right now. And it's a good thing. Financial gains, usually coming from something you did in the past. And what I see with this dolphin is a period of lightheartedness, playfulness, not taking things or life so seriously. Now notice too that this dolphin happens to be jumping out by the clouds there. And what I see is, if you've been in some type of confusion, right? Well, that sun is going to burn that confusion, but we have to allow natural forces to play out without controlling those natural forces. In the meantime, all you're doing is practicing acceptance, practicing, you know, simplifying, remaining composed. And that also will require you, if you're not doing it, which I feel a lot of you already are, but I would encourage you to learn, or to learn about it if you don't, how to have self-compassion and do for yourself, how to soothe your soul. And also, many of you, either right now or in the future, will become a guide for others in some way. You'll just be in the right place at the right time. It's almost like Spirit carries you in these places in life to help others. So sometimes we have to be yielding to Spirit and not try to push our own intentions and agenda on what we think the outcome should be, but rather, you know, go with the winds of change. Or accept whatever has blown away from your life is a good thing. Expect some type of financial gain. Expect some type of, you know, boost in your resources. Okay, let's see what else here. There is a reconciliation, some type of announcement. I'm getting like a judgment card here. We're not using tarot in this particular reading, but this is what this is. This is a rising up. This is, you know, the phoenix rising, becoming something more powerful because of transmutation here. That's what you're doing. You're transmutating. Let's get a little bit more too about this reconciliation. What's important for the viewer to know about this reconciliation? You know, this to me is like really showing you that something you've done in the past really is working out, even if you thought it wasn't. Some of you could even get your finances in a place that's, you know, finally balanced and even, or you know where you're headed here. So let's get more too about this reconciliation. A parting of ways in either romance or business. Okay, let's get a little bit more. Because you're breaking free to reconcile with what you know fate and fortune already favor you. There may even be some past life thing coming up here. Let's get more about the reconciliation, that parting of ways, either romance or business, because you're waking up to a whole new life, a whole new choice. You're breaking free out of something that felt restrictive in this broken ring, right? Parting ways of either romance or business, but it could also mean, you know, relationships, whether, you know, it doesn't have to necessarily be romantic. Again, it could be friends, family, and you're reconciling back to what, you know, it's okay. It's almost like you, and I feel that you felt this. It's almost like you got thwarted off of your destiny. Like you were on it. You're feeling something right. Then something kind of went sideways. And so you're coming back full circle here. See, you're coming back full circle and getting what you were meant to be rewarded with, maybe even the first time around. But I don't like saying that because I don't want it to trigger you or challenge you or make you feel like, oh, did I waste my time? Did I do something, you know, because there's really no mistakes. It's all about experiences. And so with this, you become more wise, more brilliant, more witty as well. So look at that. Recognition, reward for merit. This is what this whole reconciliation is about. It's almost like I see this vision, and it's just the story, the way that Spirit is trying to give me a story through these visions. It's like, you know, it was almost like, you know, Spirit was hiding you from an early age, early time, whatever. You go through this situation with life and experiences, and it's like right when you felt like you come to this peak, this real good high perhaps in your life, where everything is just kind of going good, going right, or it's at least something is revealing to you, then all of a sudden it seemed like this other energy came to pretty much dim your light and got in the way here. And so Spirit is removing that because it doesn't belong. We're reconciling back to, you know, you as a shining, brilliant star here, shining where you are meant to shine. I see this like this ring, you know, as an energetic ring around you, where your soul is so big and expansive, it broke that ring. You know, if you just think of that ring around your energy, not like your finger, okay? But that's how, that's this whole thing about that judgment, that resurrecting that I'm getting. Okay, what else? There could be dealings with this younger woman. So let's get a little bit more. Dealings or relationship with the younger woman here. Now this also brings an energy of a page, which is a card that is playful. A card where, yeah, you could be, you know, really high and happy one moment, but then questioning things the next moment. You know, that's where I was talking about. Don't take life so seriously. Don't take others so seriously. What's important for the viewer to know about this younger woman? Someone may present themselves. So there may be a connection to A younger female, could be a child, it could be a teenager, or just a younger woman. Somehow, some way, this person is connected to getting you out of a situation. Now, this person can also be the one that caused a lot of problems for some of you, where it's just been depleting you, depleting your energy, okay? Yeah, I kind of get that too. I feel like this is what you're moving on from, something where we lacked maturity, okay? So to me, this is an energy. Yeah, some of you, a lot of you, there is a younger woman, but this is an immature energy here that, you know, Spirit's saying, again, you've outgrown, or you just, you know, you're done. Something has run its course. Now let's get a little, I want to get a little bit more too with that younger woman. Just a little bit more for you. Now that younger woman, that energy like I'm talking about with the page-like energy, brings an unexpected new beginning or new way. And that could just be the ticket to getting out of a situation. And this could just be as easy or as simple as just going out and having some fun, some friend time. Because it's like you're done giving some all of your emotions to a situation here. Yeah, unsuccessful plan. See spiritual love. Something is going on that's wrapped around that younger person here, that younger woman, child, teenager, or again, it is a woman. So I wouldn't say like, I would not really say a child. Maybe, possibly. Yeah, possibly. Okay. Somehow, some way, you got to realize that whatever did not work out, it really is coming from love, spiritual love. Remember what I was talking about? You know, sometimes things get blocked or things, we just have to give it up to a higher power that they know what's best. Okay. So it's coming out of love that maybe something didn't work out in the way that you wanted it to. But now look at this, you're breaking free from others here. And someone may present themselves, or this could be a messenger coming your way, okay? Now, that if a messenger is coming your way, you know, don't expect it to, you know, the communication to be of maturity, all right? And they may even lack a little bit of like, I don't know, maybe common sense when it comes to spilling things out. Okay, oh, look at that, and there's a pail. Someone may spill something out here. Maybe somebody already has. I would watch out too, viewer. Listen, I would watch out too, to not give any more to someone that I feel that you've dealt with. Now, it could happen again. Maybe it's happening now. I don't know. Someone where it's just, it's almost like you have to babysit their emotions. You know, that's exhausting. That's what I'm saying. It's like you are better off breaking free from others, especially when it's too demanding on your energy. But I do feel that Spirit is going to offer you some type of new beginning where you can feel innocent, okay? And this younger woman may bring that out with you, okay? Whether it's someone in pass by, maybe in a dealing, maybe a relationship, okay? Just know that somehow this is bringing something new out of something that didn't work out with the unsuccessful plans here. But it is coming from spiritual love. Let's continue and see what else Spirit wants you to know. And I am noticing the lily there, so I'm just like into flowers right now. All right, let's see. Time to act. Okay, look at this. This lion is really giving me the energy of, you know, the strength card in tarot, which is also associated with Leo. But, you know, there's something about this tremendous energy and tremendous gift that Spirit has bestowed on you and will bestow on you. Look, fate and fortune smile or favor you. I was going to say smiling on you, but yes, favor you in more ways than one. It's like, don't back down from opposition. Don't back down from something either here. Yes, it may take some courage to say no. Let's get a little bit more. And also reduce that emotional thinking. So with that energy of the Strength card, yes, it's going to require maybe more strength and resilience to remain composed rather than be reactive. But it does say time to act. So let's get more about this time to act. We do have that simplify. Oh, and maybe it will take some strength, right? To simplify, to get rid of what's not necessary. Let's get more with time to act. Yeah, okay, there's something about just trusting in your decisions and be unwavering with it. You've got this Wheel of Fortune that's kind of in limbo a bit here, but it will be time for you to act. So Spirit is saying, you know, have confidence in your decisions and practice, you know, sticking with it, especially if you feel that you've been in this place of limbo. But don't allow your life to ramble aimlessly. And the thing is it doesn't mean that we have to act on all of these things. I mean, literally, it could just be with starting to simplify your life. This this helps that wheel to move in the direction that you want it to go instead of just going wherever it needs to. You know, we have a little bit of say in how, you know, destiny is playing out. So trust yourself here. Okay, let's continue and see what else. Position of authority. This is that lion energy, that strength card energy that I'm getting. You know, someone who is regal, who is made up of royalty. Because yes, it does run through your bones, through your soul DNA. But we are in a place of authority, or you're coming into it. Now this just might rile some people up. They might not like you having so much power, but that's not your problem. Your problem is to get on that throne and sit on it. Now that doesn't mean that we're behaving badly to others, and I'm not saying that you would, but there's something about respect here, right? That honor and respect will come to you. Act as if you're already in control and authority, especially if you're not feeling like that. But this throne is for you. There's leadership here. Act with authority is what Spirit is saying. Don't question this. Just act with authority. You have everything that you need. It's called ancient wisdom that resides inside of you, not outside of you. What else? And just act as if everything is working out for you anyways, because it always does. It always will work out for you. If you believe in that, no matter what weird twists and turns life throws at us, it will always work out in your favor. Because you are love by Spirit here. I feel like I just said this. Look, you got the lion and the bull. Ooh, even the older man. This is really giving me the vibes of Emperor. Emperor or King of Pentacles. Okay, we got Earth sign coming through, especially Taurus. So just take that how it resonates. Don't worry if you don't care about the zodiac signs. Do not back down from opposition. Show strength and fortitude. Now, yes, there may be an older man or that younger woman. I don't know. But it's like, look at that. Dealings or a relationship with an older man. So somehow, some way, whether we're dealing with them or we have, you know, some type of long-term relationship, whatever this is, don't back down from someone who may, you know, try to, again, sit in that throne. You know, this one, look at this. This is the story I'm trying to say here. It's like this chair was made for you from heaven here. You know, you've got a position. This is the point. History is made and destiny is born. Look, You're preparing to sit in this chair. And it's almost like this person or that person wants to get in the way and sit in that chair. They don't belong there. No. You know what I mean? So don't back down. You know, when it comes to having to deal or confront something or someone, don't feel bullied by them or inferior by them. Ask heaven to help you here. Because I do feel that there's going to be a dominant energy, or maybe someone who's going to try to dominate the situation here. Let's get a little bit more too about that. Got that dart. You got a couple of people here. So heaven's going to show you the right people that you're breaking free from. But heaven is showing you too right now, or soon, someone to have fun with. Is it this woman that has dark hair or features? Is it this younger woman? Is it the older man? I mean, who is this? For a lot of you, you know, there's this older man, whether it is a gentleman or not, it's someone who is just, yeah, very stubborn, I feel, okay? But we have lighthearted, carefree time, dealings or relationship with a woman with dark complexion or hair. So we're connecting, right? Divine, you're coming into divine connections that you can trust and love and have fun. Okay, let's continue and see what else. Be aware of greed. Now that's interesting because we have this whole thing about their love is cheap. Now there may be something here where we've been feeling a little tight with things, whether it's mentally, emotionally, or yes, maybe our resources, and you know, which is like money too. So we may be in this place where, you know, you're using your discernment and your intuition when it comes to even greedy people. But also, you know, this might be a time where you're embracing coming back to this place where you feel so abundant, because maybe something threw you off where you felt, my God, I do have to hold on to every single penny or dollar, you know, because that's just life. But Spirit is saying back away from that. That's a karmic pattern that maybe wasn't even something you took on. You may have been born with it, right? Thanks to our ancestors. So but either way, just pay attention to that. So let's get a little bit more with this pig, with the beware of greed. And I just want to emphasize, be aware of greedy people that, you know, and when I say that, I'm really emphasizing on someone who is greedy for your attention on them. Yeah, there's something we got a warning you of a problem either now or in the future. Be aware of self-delusion or someone that gives off that energy. Because see, here's this eyeball seeing through things. Okay, now there may be self-delusion where you don't feel abundant and you don't feel like you have enough. Okay, we're getting out of that. That's a cycle and a pattern. It's a virus in the human mind that needs to be eradicated, and you do it by just staying peaceful, honoring that you are spiritual love, that you're worthy of all these good things. And yes, for many of you, just watch out for that person, okay? Someone, a meeting with a stranger could be important. Let's get a little bit more about this meeting with the stranger, because I want to know if this is something we need to be wary of, or is this a new energy that we want to engage with? So let's get a little bit more about that handshake. What's important for the viewer to know about a meeting with a stranger could be important. It is, it's a good thing. So this is, okay, now I'm getting this thing too. It's like, whether it's people, objects, money, Be aware of clinging on to what you don't need to cling on to. Now, there may be, you may have had to go through a period of suffering. Sometimes we go through these periods where we feel desperate. So whether it's you or that person, because I kept picking up something about, you figuring out something with codependency here, noticing it. It's like, don't be tempted to lower your standards here because you might be afraid you're not going to get something better. That's that whole thing about being aware of holding on to, clinging on to things, because opportunities are waiting for you. There's like a better deal too here. So there may be something too, take it if it resonates, when it comes to the right deal on some type of maybe major purchase. You may want to, wait for that better opportunity, okay? So maybe just kind of wait right now and not, commit to it. Okay, what else? Oh my God. See, I must have seen this in my mind's eye. I think I was saying this. Fate is smiling on you. Fate is in love with you. Life is in love with you. Dance with life by not being afraid. Trust. Trust that your decisions have been leading you to your rewards, your gains, okay? Be aware of self-delusion where you feel not worthy, or we've been wrapped up in other people's delusions, right? Remember, your soul is so big and expansive. Your worthiness is so big and expansive that it cannot be held in that ring. You broke the ring. And that's a good thing, because you knew that you deserve more. What else? Nope, that is actually it. Okay, so let's find out how, let's find out how Spirit is helping you. How is Spirit currently helping the viewer? Pleasure with a close friend. See those people. So who's that person? You're going to have fun with them, or you're about to have fun with them in the future. So just know that you can get close up and have some pleasure with a close friend. I mean, we even have this thing about lighthearted, carefree time. Okay, now, there was a thing that I wanted to ask, and I think I will still, a challenge to be aware of. And I already know that there's a challenge right here, right, to not back down from opposition, because this is where, people are going to be dealt with. Obstacles, or people who try to be an obstacle, are going to finally be dealt with. And just know that you're going to have that strength because it's coming from Spirit. But let's see what could be a possible challenge that you need to be aware of. A possible challenge. Slowly but surely getting ahead, losing your patience. Don't lose your patience. Take your time with things. Disconnect from too much fast-paced noises, information, because you can lose yourself. That's the thing. I mean, there's a fine line between instant gratification, instant information, and all of these things. But, I feel like we have to go at life's natural pace, which is, it's okay to slow down and go at your own pace. So the obstacle will be to lose your patience, okay? And then we can act on impulse. And we don't want to really act on impulse, because what you're doing is just remaining composed and tolerant until better options arrive. Now, before we end the reading, let's find out what is a blessing that is coming from your circumstance here. A blessing that the viewer can count on that's coming out of this circumstance. There is some type of celebration. Oh my gosh, look at this. Celebration, fun, enjoyment, and ta-da! Wealth. Wealth. Be aware, right, of hanging on to things too tightly, or maybe too much overthinking about material things or people that we actually push it away. So just feel and be abundant by blocking out the noise and being at peace, knowing you're worthy of all of this good, good and great things that Spirit wants you to have fun with. Enjoy your life. I hope that this was helpful for you. Love and light. Take care.